Welcome, acolytes. As we see each other again, you knowledge-thirsty little ghouls, I'm actually watching Bryan Johnson. Wait, did I actually? Bryan Johnson. Now, you might ask, why are you reacting to Bryan Johnson? Isn't he just a rich guy that has way too much money that actually doesn't know his shit? Well, not entirely. As I think he's a rich guy that actually has too much money, too much time, and does a lot of stupid things, in my opinion. But the one thing he actually does, the one only thing he actually does really, really effing good, or something that could profit humanity in an exceptionally high degree, is he actually gives his body wit and tests things like sleep, how he can do shit, like he can get younger and so on. And the thing is, his lifestyle actually works. He looks younger, he looks fit, he is fit, and it could profit humanity as it is. So it works. And the other effed up thing is, he actually drinks the blood of his son, and that's per se not proven that it actually works or does anything positive to your body, as far as I know. I am. So the vampire here, this is the only thing that I'm gonna criticize him about it, because, and the thing that he has in the video, because I don't know anything about this. But all in all, I think it's a nice guy from what you can see. And I mean, I don't know him privately. Of course, I cannot say how he's actually, what he's on. But let's see what his video actually, what he has to say about his ex-fiancée and what actually happened, because it sounds actually quite interesting. And all the other things I will actually do at some point, because he is a very interesting dude. Very interesting. And yeah, I didn't see the video, by the way, so nice. Yeah, let's start. By the way, subscribe and leave a comment. You know why, just do it. And watch the videos.
Hi everyone. 2.5 years ago, on a normal Tuesday morning, I was going about my normal routine, and I received an email from a lawyer that attached a 13-page letter from my former fiance. This letter accused me of all sorts of, quote, perverse and abusive behavior.
I'm gonna say this. Do I find it good? No. If this is true, then yes, the wife should get the money, she should do the things she actually accused or got accused, like he should go to jail for it if the accusations are correct. If not, in my opinion, if you actually do stuff like this and you lie, you actually should go to jail for it. This is my harsh opinion. Why, you might ask? Because the shit goes out of hand. It's freaking bad. Because everybody actually thinks now they can just sue everyone other and just get money for free without any consequences. And I hate this. I literally hate it. Because it almost happened to me. I just got rid of the person, just say it like that, like, because, no, you know what, I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna say how it is, because it was an ex-girlfriend of mine. She actually tried to pretend that a child that wasn't mine was mine, and I actually could prove, because she technically, like, all in all, she actually planned it quite nicely. And I didn't see the child for, was it? Yeah, it was 3 years old. And the time, as far as I can remember, matched it. But, at the end, I proved, okay, DNA test. She got scared and thought, no, it's unnecessary, it's not yours. So it was pretty easy. It was very easy. So yeah, not the same thing, but I know the feeling. And in my opinion, if you do something like that, I should be able to countersue you for trying to trying to embezzle me. Because a child doing something like this with a child, that's not funny. A child is someone you have to protect as a parent, and not scam people just because you're actually freaking. Yeah. Okay, good. You know what I mean. It was disgusting. I find her disgusting.
It was a shocking email to receive. Never would I have expected this thing to arrive in my email box. At the time, there was a lot of accusations being made about a lot of people, and I knew that many people were losing
Wait, I don't remember this thing in Classic. I'm sorry.
jobs and their careers over this time. And I was now right in the thick of it. I never imagined myself to be there. As I read through the letter, trying to make sense of reality, it was a state of paralysis I've never experienced before. I spent the day talking to friends, I spoke to my attorneys, and we were trying to figure out what to do. Universally, the advice I received from everyone was settle it, remain private. Don't take this into the public sphere because one's reputation can be eternally tarnished, and it's very hard to come back from.
That's true, but I'm gonna tell you before we hear what he did. I think if you get this, if this happens to you, just don't give a fuck. Go all in. Just prove you're innocent if you can afford it, of course. But you probably can if you have money. Then and somebody tries to extort money of you, you probably have money. Just go against it. Go against it because it will tarnish your reputation anyway. You're done. Like. It will, and this person will come back and do it over and over and over and over again, and other people will do it over and over and over again. You do humanity a way bigger. You do something positive for humanity if you just say nope, countersuing you, because your reputation will be tarnished of that, but you can regenerate some of it. If not, a lot of it, if you win. But and heritage or the let's be honest, it's most of the time it's women, so they do stuff like that because you know why. And so just her reputation gets destroyed, and women actually regenerate of that way easier because. Let's be honest, if you have someone like that, and maybe it's not just women, it's most of the time women, not always, but it's actually relevant if it's a man or a woman that does that. A manipulator knows the ways, and a manipulator will find his or her way anyway. So it doesn't matter what you do, but if you fight for yours, manipulators and scammers will maybe see, maybe he's not all of the time because he won't scam me. Because he won't let it happen to him. Maybe not.
And it felt devastating to me. The accusations felt like an injustice.
It is.
And I went to bed that night realizing that this was one of the most significant moments of my life. That even though this was commonplace in society, it was happening everywhere, and it would have been easy to settle, it just didn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
And I went to bed that night wondering what I should do. And the next morning, I woke up and I felt a firm conviction that I needed to stand up for myself. I needed to take this course. And now 2.5 years later, it has finally wrapped up. But it has been...
Damn! Awesome! I didn't expect that. I actually expected he says, yeah, I'm ashamed because I did it. No, he... actually fought for it. I'm damn
devastating.
Awesome.
It has been costly. It has been stressful. It has been ruinous in so many ways. And I hope that
and by the way, the only one who profits from it is the scammer. So because the actual victim won't profit from it.
experience going through this and sharing it with you will somehow make society better. And so what I've done is I've written out what I'm going to say today because I've carefully thought about what I'm going to say. Not something I wanted to just riff on generally as I explain the details. So if you bear with me, I'll go through the entirety of what has happened over the past 2.5 years. My former fiance threatened to make scandalous public accusations about me unless I paid her $9 million in 1 week.
And now be honest with yourself. I don't care which side you're on in this world, but doesn't this sound like a scam? Like, be honest with yourself. Isn't this a scam? Doesn't it sound like a scam? Come on.
2 years later, a judge ordered her to pay me $500,000 for the fees I had spent defending my innocence.
Yes. And this is the thing. That's nothing. Like, compared to the things she wanted and all the stress she actually did for him, against him, that's nothing. I'm gonna be honest, no. She should go to jail for that. That's my honest opinion. Just be harsh because of it. If you do things like that, you should go to jail.
The dark, underground accusation economy. Okay, so how did this happen? It started on April 6th, 2021, that morning I was telling you about, with a 13-page letter from her attorneys. A quote, redacted, is willing to settle all of her claims against Mr. Johnson and his companies for $9 million, ... This was surprising because after over a year of our relationship ending, for the first time ever, she was accusing me of a wide range of, quote, abusive and pervasive behaviors. Through her attorneys, she threatened to make her allegations public if I didn't pay her that $9 million in 1 week.
Yeah.
Receiving this, WTF. What claims, what wrongdoing? Is this April Fool's? Am I being punked? I'm so confused.
Yes, and this is a freaking millionaire. This is a freaking millionaire. He could have just paid her off. And on the other hand, if this also happens to normal men. People like to normal, I mean, if you, for some reason, you get it in your head that you want to marry, first of all, don't. But if you really, really want it, look up what are the actual marriage rules in your state. Because in Germany, you're pretty effed if you make more money than your partner. You're really effing effed about it. Alimony is brutal. Child support is brutal. Okay, the child support I understand, because the child support, if you produce a child, you need to take care of it. It's your freaking actual, it's your child, so you just take care of it. It's done. There's nothing more to say about it. But alimony, forever until you die? Nah, mate. Nah, no. The partner that actually got alimony should get, like, I don't know, it depends on how long you actually how long the marriage lasted, and only get so much that you can uphold your standard. But not forever. Not like 5 years, like it's in Florida. It's totally fine. That's more than enough time, so you can build up every single thing you had. Find a job, build up a life, learn something new, or relearn something old. That's 5 years are more than enough time to actually do it. And most of the time, you don't even need 5 years. Less is also okay. But, well, as I say, just don't get married. Like, everyone that actually does more money than its partner, be extremely, and I mean extremely careful about it. Because it can bite you in the ass extremely hard, really hard.
This is a person whom I'd once had the most beautiful relationship with, and now she was unrecognizable to me. I double-clicked on the email and I started reading the letter, and the contents were shocking. I felt paralyzed. What was even more shocking was that my fiancée and I had signed a separation agreement a year earlier when ending our relationship. We both agreed to walk our separate ways. It was clear that she and her attorneys were gambling that they would put enough pressure on me of my reputation being tarnished publicly that I would pay up and settle privately. She was emboldened by lawyers blinded by their greed to take advantage of her vulnerabilities and exploit my wealth.
This sounds like he actually... I don't agree with it in the least. Because I doubt the lawyers went in, hey, we can make some money, do you agree? And if you're a normal person, a nice person, you will say, no. We did everything, we broke up, we actually settled in. No, I won't. But if you're a greedy fuck, you will do the opposite of it. And that's just how it is.
After over 6...
I just want to say with it, she's just as guilty as those lawyers, because those lawyers are freaking sharks that should get castrated. Okay, yeah, I'm too harsh on it, but not really. It was a joke right now, because most lawyers are normal people, but some of them are really greedy fucks, so...
6 months of threatening to destroy me, with more serious allegations in her, quote, podcast, a book deal, and a potential TV series. The attorneys who sent the demand letter never filed a complaint or produced a single piece of evidence to support the allegations. Then she got new attorneys. Seeing that threats alone were insufficient, they filed a case in court and tried to make me look like a monster.
Okay, yeah.
I successfully moved part of the case into arbitration, where we had agreed to resolve any disputes. As their legal losses mounted, they became increasingly unhinged in what they were willing to say. Sadly, global media ate it up. On March 31st,
that's normal,
2023, after extensive...
Or normal, it happens easily too, if you have the money. But outstandingly, it doesn't happen that often. No, it happened. Yeah, okay. No,
motions,
shut up.
Depositions, and discovery, the arbitrator dismissed all her causes of action that had been referred to arbitration and ordered that my accuser pay me $500,000 to reimburse attorney's fees I'd been forced to spend defending my innocence. The ruling and award were confirmed by an active Superior Court judge on September 29th, 2023. After years of litigation, the corroborating evidence my accuser had of any of my accused wrongdoings, nothing. Not a single thing.
That's most of the time, yeah.
In considering my accuser's attempt to invalidate the separation agreement she had signed, the arbitrator, a well-respected retired judge, pointed out that my accuser's, quote, undisputed conduct and testimony refute her claims. In other words, my accuser's own evidence contradicted her own story. This is noteworthy.
Nice. Okay. That's funny.
As my accuser's day job is chief storytelling officer.
Fuck. By the way, not the situation. I'm not laughing because it happened to him. I'm laughing because the absurdity of the entire thing.
An implantable medical device company where trust is life and death. This entire thing has been bizarre and surreal. My accuser's attorney were sanctioned by the judge, a severe reprimand that courts reserve for truly egregious behavior, for making, as the judge wrote, quote, serious allegations factually and legally baseless and frivolous, unquote, Her lawyers were ordered to pay the court a fine of $2,500.
Damn, nice.
In our settlement discussions,
But it's probably nothing for them. It's probably nothing for them. This is 2K, like for us normal people, that sounds a lot, but for people like them, nothing. Literally nothing.
I insisted her attorneys pay some of what she owed for their complicitness. It would have been so easy to relent and quietly make this go away. That's what nearly everyone does, but I am not guilty, and they gave me no choice but to spend 2 years litigating to defend my innocence. Giving in and paying up would have been an injustice to me, an injustice to society, enabling this twisted practice. This legal fight was ugly and awful, honestly the worst. The most hurtful part of the whole ordeal was that she spoke about our relationship in ways that were unrecognizable to me. For example, when she was sadly diagnosed with a serious health condition, I rearranged my life and worked beside her nonstop to beat it. We flew around the country together, exploring clinical trials and meeting with doctors. Together, we conducted extensive research into additional therapies and tests. It was our shared, omnipresent focus. When tests showed that she was in the clear and it was time to celebrate her new lease on life, who was the one person in the world that she invited to be by her side at this sacred event? Me.
No effing. What? This is sick. After all, I hope he said her F you. What the F? Like, this is some really disrespectful. This is really. Damn. Okay.
She honored my unwavering devotion to her well-being. The case is now wrapped and behind us. This time with a promise that she won't sue me again. A provision the previous agreement didn't have, and which allowed her and her attorneys to weaponize the legal system for over 2 years. Their strategy was to inflict maximum pain and suffering on me so that I would pay up privately. They miscalculated my tenaciousness and resolve, and their strategy backfired, inflicting collateral damage upon themselves. One of her attorneys is no longer with that firm, and my accuser's health sadly deteriorated within the blast radius of her own creation.
Why sadly? I mean, I know I'm a harsh man, but why? She literally, like, she's a scammer. If she dies, even if it's just a small part of her entire life, but if she dies, the world will be a better place for it. As sad as it is, but it is like that. And remember, you're not the only person on this world, mate. There are other people. And if she can do something like this to you, a person that she presumably loved because you married her, and you presumably actually got written off with, she just written it off and said, yeah, it's fine, we have an agreement, and then sues you like this, or tries to sue you for 9 million, and explicitly says, if you don't do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna sue you. This is like, why? It's not really, like, this person shouldn't exist. This person should... No, it's just... It's disgusting. The person is just disgusting. I'm sorry. If she dies, it's a net positive for the world.
My accuser has been astonishingly pernicious. Nonetheless, I choose again to support her as she works through her health and well-being. The settlement funds she owes me will be routed to a trust I established for her medical needs. She is the sole beneficiary and is the only person who can access the trust.
Are you effing kidding me? So she won at the end. She maybe didn't win the freaking money, but she still got you. You spent your valuable time on her and just gave her what she wanted. This is sick. What the F? I'm glad he actually countersued, but the thing is, after reacting like he did, she still won. At the end of the day, she still won. Like, not even a problem. She got you where she wanted you. It's done. Like, you still... Oh my god, this is... I don't know if it's pure stupidity or if he's just that much of a nice guy. Because this is someone that did that to you. Damn.
I won't keep a penny of what she pays as part of the judgment. I know many of you may be thinking that this situation is something that happens to other people and something that won't happen to you. The thing that's relevant here is that every minute of every day, each of us invests our efforts into building our reputations. We show up on time. We're respectful. We offer sympathy. We help out. We apologize when we're at fault. We tell the truth. Our reputation is our life.
Yeah, and by the way, those are all the things that she didn't do. And you still went and gave her what she wanted at the end. Maybe not the money. Yeah, of course, even a lot of money just because she got sick. Yeah, bad luck, bitch. Like, don't treat other people like literal garbage just because you are sick. Like,
currency. Then, in one moment, a headline can cause everyone you love and care about to question everything they thought they knew about you.
Yes, that's true.
A lifetime of work is now in question. It's great entertainment when it's about someone else, something entirely different when it's about you.
True.
It has been no fun having my name dragged through the mud without the ability to comment. Quote, innocent until proven guilty, unquote, is a bedrock of our society. In recent years, it has been weaponized and exploited as guilty until proven innocent has been de facto by mob rule, ruining people's careers, lives, and reputations, taking away from those who legitimately need the legal system. It has created a booming underground economy that has destabilized societal trust by straining our bonds. Our societal fabric is fragile, woven together by a shared trust. The accusation strategy she used is corrosive to that shared stability. I hope that more people stand up to this dark and twisted practice. For those of you interested in more context and detail on the events that transpired, I'll share a few things with you. Before I received the 13-page scorched earth letter in April of 2021, my accuser sent me a letter in September of 2020 where she praised my integrity, she spoke of our shared love and emphasized the reciprocal care that we'd shown for each other. I'll put on...
She did not allege any wrongdoing by Mr. Johnson. She just wanted his money. She called Mr. Johnson seeking money, yes. Immense love. His love. Wait, once. She spoke of her immense love for Mr. Johnson. F you. You actually, little scammer, you actually do say this immense love for a person and then try to scam him out of 9 million. Like, come on. You disgusting little... nothing. Damn. Oh, wait, I actually ran to a... Damn, this is... allegation against possession.
On the screen here, this is a court filing that has the quotes from her letter to me.
Disgusting.
Now, when that tactic didn't work, she and her attorneys sought to disparage me and create scandal.
Yeah.
And this is what I mentioned before, as their legal losses mounted, they became increasingly unhinged in what they were willing to say. For example, they accused me of bribing the arbitrator. They were trying to embarrass me and pressure me into private settlement. You can see, as my court filing put it, when they tried this, the judge wasn't having their bribery fiction. She found the attorneys, quote, acted with reckless disregard for the truth and law in making the accusations, and, quote, violated their duties and respect and honesty, unquote. The judge severely reprimanded the attorneys for making, quote, frivolous, unquote, claims with, quote, no evidence, unquote, to support them, quote, undermining the dignity and integrity of the court's proceedings. The judge sanctioned the attorneys $2,500. Then, of course, there were global headlines that ate up all of this and led many to believe that I am a monster. And to that, I say, press, why do you gotta be like this? Okay, there you have it. I'm free. I feel relief. It's been 2.5 years of hell. It's been, honestly, like almost a full-time job responding to...
Oh yeah, because he said press, why are you like this? It's censorship. Like, it works. Come on, it's really interesting, entertaining to look at things like that. I'm even gonna admit it myself. It is what it is in this case, and I'm not saying it's good, because I don't think it's good. I think it's pretty shitty. But sometimes you just have to throw up your hands and say, I cannot influence it alone. And the time to actually influence it, like you're fighting against a gigantic wave, and the chances are that you still gonna fail. But not that it's not worth it, but I just don't have the tools to actually do it, and I don't know how to do it. And well, it is what it is, sadly.
All the legal complications of this case, it was just a relentless situation. So many times I wanted to give up and justify and say, you know what, I'm much better off spending my time doing this and that, just pay the money and move on. And I continually thought that this is bigger than me. This really is about how we conduct ourselves in society, that we really do have this naked trust of each other in everything we do. And these kinds of things severely debilitate our ability to build the future we want. So I know when I was going through this process, when I was in shock and paralysis from these accusations and staring at the real possibility that I would lose it all, I wanted to find a public example of somebody who had stood up and said, you know what, no, I'm not doing it. And I couldn't find any. And I'm sure...
Wait, wasn't Johnny Depp one of those? I'm pretty sure Johnny Depp was
there
one
have
of
been.
those.
I just have been unaware. I hope that this case helps others who find themselves in a similar predicament, that when they're faced with this kind of situation, they too choose to not let the injustice pass. It behooves all of us that we build a society where we are innocent until proven guilty, and that the accusation economy does not have the power to derail our reputations and careers and lives. It's not good for any one of us. So with that, signing out, I'm on to the next chapter of life. I hope this is edifying, and I hope that...
Thank you, and I'm gonna be honest, like, thinking about this, I am happy he did it. It's just the only fair thing to do, like the only smart thing to do, in my opinion. Just protect yourself against it and do what you have to do. And yeah, he had to 2 years of his life just because a scammer wanted to scam him. Yeah, that's also something to think about. But as I said, I think it would be worse if he just gave up and showed his belly and let it just happen. So all in all, it's definitively better for humanity that he actually defended himself, and in the long run, I'm pretty sure it's also better for him. So as it is, good night, acolytes.